guys, it's me, and today I want to do a really quick review on the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and also the contour brush. I picked these things up when I got back from LA because I was just waiting to get them. I have been waiting for the release of these products since I saw on her Instagram about 4 months ago that they were coming out, and I was just super excited about them. As you guys know, I'm obsessed with Kat Von D products. I love her lipsticks, I love her eyeliner, I love her eyeshadow palettes. I have 2 of those that I really like. The packaging that she does is just amazing. The colors that she comes up with are amazing. Like, I just love Kat Von D. So I was super excited to pick these things up, and I gotta say that I was super disappointed with both products. The Kat Von D Shade and Light palette itself will run you about $46, I believe. The brush itself will run you $36. Again, I bought them because I just was a diehard fan. I was like, I'm gonna love them, and if I don't, then I know that I can take them back. I wasn't gonna do a review on these because I did not like the product after the first 2 times I used it, but a few of you guys said that you still wanted to hear my opinions on it even if they weren't positive. And again, you know what, with reviews, if you don't like something, I feel like that's just important to share as if you do like something, so that way people can get an educated, you know, perspective on the product before they go out and purchase it. I decided to do this review even though, again, I'm not a fan. So starting off with the Shade and Light palette, again, it's $46, so it's about $6 more than the Anastasia Contour palette, which I do own and I do love. I've had this one for about a year now and I absolutely love it. I've been using it again really regularly because it's really pretty. I love the highlighter. That is my favorite highlighter. I'm wearing it right now. I believe it's the color Sand. Got 3 different bronzers in it so you can mix and match. I usually mix the 2 darker ones together to get that ashy but also bronzy look, and the banana powder is really nice for setting under eye as well. So anyways, this will cost you $6 cheaper than the Kat Von D palette. Here's the size differences. I will say the Kat Von D does look like you get more product. I'm not completely sure. I'm not going to look at the specs of them because I don't have time to do that. But I mean, it looks like you get pretty much more product with the bronzer than you do with the Anastasia contour kit in the Kat Von D palette. So I understand why it's a little bit more expensive. So the Kat Von D palette does come with a mirror, which the Anastasia contour palette doesn't, which drives me insane. But I understand they were trying to cut costs and packaging to be able to give you all this product for $40. But Kat Von D managed to give you more product and a mirror and better packaging for $6 more, so I don't understand that. But anyways, so I do love the packaging. I like the way the bronzers and the lighter colors are set up for you. The one thing that I will right off the bat say about the Kat Von D palette versus the Anastasia is that this one doesn't come with a shimmer highlight, which I really liked having in the contour palette, because I can basically just take this and be set to go and not have to worry about bringing a separate highlighter. These are all matte, and so you're not gonna get like the sand effect like I did with my highlighter today. So other than the size of the product, the packaging itself, and the mirror, that's about where my likes end with this palette. First thing that really just stopped me in my tracks are that the colors are too dark for me. Even the lightest one in the middle comes off really muddy on me. I'm not saying on everybody, just on me. The same palette looks gorgeous on my friend Sam, who's got a little bit of different skin tone color as me, and I've seen other women who this just looks gorgeous on. But for me, the colors showed up muddy, which that was kind of like that's a no-no for me. The other thing that was a deal breaker for me, other than the fact that the colors showed up muddy and that there was no highlighter, is the fact that it is the dustiest, most fallout-y, chalkiest powder, pressed powder I have ever seen in my life, which is really disappointing with the Kat Von D palette. You go and you do your bronzer and you tap off the excess. I don't know if you saw that, but tons of stuff and powder just came off, and then the entire palette gets coated with that powder. So I understand why people say it's really blendable, because it seems like the actual product itself is really soft and fine, but for me, who doesn't like having stuff all over her desk or all over her shirt or on her face of fallout, that's a disappointment for me. Also, I feel like the fact that there's so much fallout all over the pan when you just put your brush in lightly means that you're gonna go through the product faster. The Anastasia contour kit does have a little bit of fallout, but nothing compared to this. This is ridiculous. This is like you put your brush in, the brush that's sold with it, and it's just immediately like there's just stuff everywhere. So I'm constantly blowing it off away from my white desk and my clothes, and that's really just a turn off for me. So I'm not a fan of the contour palette. If you can get past the fallout, if the colors match you, then I say great, it's a great palette for you, and you don't mind not having a shimmery highlight in there, that's great. But again, the only things that I liked about this palette were the fact that it had really great packaging, the mirror, and the size of the product. That's where it ends for me. So I will be returning this. $46 is something I'm never gonna use, That's not something that I like to do. So I will be taking this back. I'm really disappointed. I was really looking forward to really love this palette. Even when I was watching Kat Von D's YouTube videos of her doing it on her friends and herself, even those videos, the color just looked really off on the videos. You can check them out, and it's nothing against Kat Von D. Like I said, I love her. I love her products. Some of them are like my legitimate go-tos. You know, I love the eyeliner. Just this palette really fell short for me. And again, like, if it doesn't even look good on the YouTube videos that she's making, that's just not, it's not gonna work for me. And again, the fallout is just like, can you see that? It's like a bronze sandstorm. So anyways, I am not a huge fan. And the next thing I want to talk to you guys real quick is the brush. So this is the brush that they suggest using it with. It's a dual-ended brush. You have an angled contour end, and then you have kind of a tapered domed end. It's super lightweight. Like, it's so lightweight that it's almost, I like a little bit of weight in my brushes just because I feel like I have control. I'm not going to drop it constantly. This is so lightweight that I found myself dropping it like every 5 seconds and getting bronzer on my white shirt or my pants. Also, the tapered brush is just way too flexible for me. It's way too soft. Both ends are super soft. They're super soft, don't get me wrong. Feel nice on the face. But for me with bronzing, especially if I'm doing something more hard, I want a little bit of stiffness in my brush so that way I can get into the areas that I need to and not have it spread all over my face. These, you start doing that and the whole brush just like starts like, I mean, it's just so soft. It's too soft. So both that and this one, it's like a paintbrush almost consistency. There's no stiffness whatsoever. So I really did have an issue getting an on-point contour with it. I know a lot of people do like this brush though. Again, it's just my personal preference of how I handle my brushes, how I do my makeup, and how tight I hold on to my brush. I do think again though that the packaging is really adorable. It's got this little coffin case that it comes with, and then the brush sits nicely in it, and then you can close it. But again, I mean, this is really bulky. Let's be real, I don't have room for this on my desk. And a thing that I don't like about dual-ended brushes is that I don't like putting them in my baskets because then one end gets squished. So I'm not a huge fan of the brush. I think that you can use a Real Techniques brush and get away with using that just as well. Also, I don't really think you need a dual-ended brush. Like, I don't know. And it's kind of weird because the tapered brush is, it gets thicker here in this end, and so it's heavier here. So you go from doing this and then you flip it around and you almost drop it because the weight is not balanced on the brush. As you can see, it just wants to go that way. So I think they could have done a better job designing the brush. I think they could have done a better job just, I don't know, altogether. I mean, it's a $36 brush. It's a $36 brush, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's worth the purchase for $36. Again though, I mean, if you like brushes like this, I guess try it. But for me, I'm gonna take it back because it's just, I'm not a fan. There you have it. There's my review on the Shade and Light palette. Like I said, I do prefer the Anastasia contour palette because it is $6 cheaper. The packaging may not be as nice. It's maybe a little bit flimsier. It may not have the mirror. The colors go better on my skin. It comes with that highlighter that I really think is gorgeous. So it is a palette that I can just take and forget about everything else, minus my blush, of course. And the fallout is minimal compared to the Anastasia contour palette, so I do think I will get more time out of this palette since I'm not wasting half of it by it, you know, flittering off and making a dust storm in my face. There is my review. If you like the palette, again, nothing against you, nothing against your preferences. These are just my personal preferences and why I did not like it. And again, if maybe the colors worked for me, I could possibly get past the fallout issue, but the colors just don't mesh well with my skin, and that's okay. That's why they make a plethora of different palettes for all types of skin tones. Again, this just wasn't my fit, and it's too much money. That's too much money spent to just keep it sitting on my desk just to say that I own it. So I will be taking that back. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you like little short reviews like this on certain makeup palettes, let me know. If I own something that you want to hear about, let me know. If you like these types of videos, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want. Comment below. Let me know what your opinions are on the Kat Von D palette. Again, nothing negative, nothing mean, nothing, I'm not trying to be rude. It's just, again, my honest opinion. And I hope you guys can just take it as my honest opinion, and again, nothing against anyone who likes it. So I will talk to you guys all later, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.